So hi guys, welcome back to this week's Walster Wednesday, and in this week's Walster Wednesday I'm going to be going through my bucket list. I'm going to go through the places, there's going to be places I want to visit before I die, things I want to do before I die, things I want to see before I die, that sort of stuff. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I needed a quick video because I was running out of time a little bit, so this is a quick filler video. I'm gonna get a video up. I say up. I'm gonna try and start recording a video very shortly regarding around the Euros. I've gone and bought a beer from most of the countries in the Euros. I might need to tweak it a little bit. So originally it was going to be like the beer of the Euros, but I might need to tweak it a little bit because I'm struggling to get some of the countries. So it might just be drinks of the Euros. So I might go and get another drink for all the countries that I'm missing. But I'll keep you guys posted about that video. To keep you posted for it, just turn your notifications on, subscribe for more, like the video, comment down below. You know, get the engagement going, and I'll let you know about the video. But without further ado, let's jump straight into my bucket list. So first up on the bucket list is witnessing a Champions League final. I really do want to witness the Champions League final purely because it is like the pinnacle of European, European football, club football. I'm hoping that can be done relatively soon because I am in the ballot for Champions League tickets right now. So hopefully I can get that done this year, and then that's that ticked off. Secondly, is another football-based one. It is going to a World Cup final. You know, I'm witnessing that, or even going to the World Cup in general. I think it'd be something that it'll be completely different to anything that I've witnessed before. You know, it'll be so many countries coming together and being in that World Cup. That's why I'm hoping that I can get this sort of done 2026. I'm aiming for Mexico 2026. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Third on the list, number 3, is going to Istanbul and witnessing an Istanbul derby. So this can be any three games. It can be Besiktas versus Fenerbahce, Besiktas versus Galatasaray, Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. You know, any of the games that are in that, I would like to experience an Istanbul derby. And then that leads me on to number 4, which would be going to Istanbul. I really do want to go to Istanbul. I'm really keen on the culture and the history behind it. I do quite like the city itself, even though I've never been. You know, I'm talking like I've actually been and witnessed it before. Overall, I think it would be great because also the other thing as well is my favourite Bond film is From Russia With Love. A majority of From Russia With Love is set in Istanbul, so that might be also have a good impact on where this is in the list. So up next is I would like to go to an F1 race. It can be literally anywhere, just to be in that kind of atmosphere at an F1 race. I would love it. I would honestly love it. Fingers crossed that could be done again. Like the others, could be done sooner rather than later because of the timings and everything like that. So it might work out for me to do it earlier than later. So fingers crossed on that one. Next up is going to an NFL game. So I'm for my team is New Orleans Saints, which then also ties in to going to New Orleans. That's also on the list. So going to New Orleans is also on the list. So I think I really want to go to a New Orleans Saints game because that's my team, and then I can tick off 2 birds with 1 stone. There I can go to an NFL game and visit New Orleans. So perfect opportunity for that. I'm intrigued by the NFL purely because of the spectacle and things that it is. So I would like to experience it, see the differences between English football and American football and just the whole atmosphere and vibe, because it does look like a very good vibe to be in, which then also leads me on to the next one, which is to go to the Super Bowl. Anybody would love to go to the Super Bowl. It is the pinnacle of NFL, pinnacle of American sports, not let alone American football. For me, I think for me being, it comes from staying up late, watching the game, things like that. That's where it comes from, and I would love to actually be there and witness the game live with the other fans that are in the stadium. I think it's actually is it in New Orleans the next one? I think it might be. So that might be an even better one to tick all three off. Go into an NFL game, go into the Super Bowl, and then visit in New Orleans. Tick all three off in the same day. Well, in the same time. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? So the next one is the Cannonball Run. I'm not going to be doing any records because I'm not breaking any laws. But it would be going, in other words, going from New York to California or vice versa. Either way. But I'd love to drive across America. Taking the lesser known roads would be even ideal. I just don't know which car I would choose. Would I choose the Ford Mustang, the Chevrolet Camaro, the Dodge Challenger, the Dodge Charger? But no, I think I'd take my favourite car, which would be the Corvette Stingray, 1969. I love that car. It is such a beautiful car, and I think that's the one I'd use. That's the one I'd use to drive all across America for. Yeah, the 1969 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. So next up on the list is eating at a Michelin star restaurant. Well, this one I would prefer to do it, either in another country or specifically not in and around my area, purely because the food that's in and around my area is going to be something similar to what I've eaten already, whereas I want to try something a bit different. Maybe even go down to Gordon Ramsay, maybe even go to Las Vegas and go to Hell's Kitchen. I know Hell's Kitchen, and that sort of stuff, and go to some of the Gordon Ramsay's restaurants and things like that. Maybe even try them, something like that. That's what I love to do. I would want to try something that's, up there. Like, I'm here, well, I'm like here. I want to be up there. That kind of thing. That's what I want to do. I want to try and eat at a Michelin star restaurant. So next up is one thing I definitely want to do is I want to watch the UFC / boxing. One of the two. I like them both. I want to do it ringside. How many times are you able to do that? I know this is going to be like mega expensive, but it's a once in a lifetime thing. How are you ever going to be able to do that ever again? Like, I'd love to, for example, think about it. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, not even that. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, the Battle of Britain, essentially, at Wembley Stadium, ringside. You're there for a moment of history. Like, it's just perfect. Or Conor McGregor's return to the UFC. That would just be perfect to be ringside to. Then you've got that moment in history where I was ringside. Do you know, I was ringside when Conor McGregor made his return at the UFC. Like, just imagine that. That'd be incredible. That's why that's why it's on my list, because it just, the pure history that would be behind it, and the fact that you're literally right there, like you're there. You're right there, right opposite it, and you can see it. You're seeing the sweat come off them when they get hit. That's why it's on my list. Next up on the list is visiting Chernobyl. I do want to visit Chernobyl. I know I might have said this in another video, like one of my early videos, but it's something that I do want to go visit. I know people it's a bit eerie and things like that, but to see the scale of the disaster and pay respects to those who lost their lives, and and see what changes have been made, both naturally and physically around the whole thing. It just intrigues me. It really does intrigue me with the whole the Chernobyl disaster. I assume, yeah, disaster. That's why for me, I'd like to go. I'd like to visit. I think it'd be a nice trip. On this one's a little bit lighter than Chernobyl. Is to go and visit the Havana Rum Distillery on Havana, Cuba. I'm a big rum lover. I love rum. Dark rum, spiced rum, white rum, any rum. I just love it. It's something I love. So I'd love to go to the Havana Distillery in Havana to be with it, make it, taste it, walk around the distillery. It'd be something I'd really love, and I think that's why I'm putting it, you know, on the list, because for me personally, it's a big, you know, it's not like a big part of my life, because that makes me sound like an alcoholic, but I do like, if I'm going out, it's a rum and coke for me, especially that Havana Club 7 and coke. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with it. Next up, I want to visit the airplane graveyard in, I think it's in Nevada, if not Arizona. I think it's on the border around that area. This is where they take planes to essentially die. So the ones that aren't going to come back into service, to go visit there, look around, things like that. Look at the older planes. Because the reason why they do that is because there's no rust. They don't rust too bad in the desert, because it's so hot and there's very little humidity and things like that. So I think that for me, that would be a great kind of experience. That would be a great vlog. I know I've not done. I know that's something I've not done. And probably, you know, I'd have to go out more. That makes me sound, again, like I don't go out anywhere. I do go out little bits, most of the football. But I think, yeah, it'd be a great vlog that, to show you guys, you know, some of the planes that are in there, things like that, and have a look round and have an explore. I think it'd be a great idea. I think, yeah, I think that's why it's got to go on the list. It's got to stay on the list. I don't know why am I justifying to you my bucket list? That's just stupid. Finally, for the last entry on my bucket list is that I want to be able to drive around the Monaco street circuit. You know, I want to visit Monaco, you know, rent a car, whatever car it be. I'm not bothered whether it's a Fiat 500 or a Lamborghini Aventador. I'm not bothered. I just want to go around the street circuit. I just want to. I don't even want to feel how, you know. I just want to feel it. I just want to be able to drive it and you go, oh, I've done it. You know, that kind of thing. And that's, for me, that's why it's on the list. I think, yeah, we'll stick with that. And there you have it, guys. So that was my bucket list. I know there's 15 things on there that I'm looking to get rid of, that I'm looking to complete before I die. And again, like I said in the video, I am hoping that some of these can be done sooner than later, purely because the timings are actually probably going to work a bit better. Like, you know, Champions League final, I'm in the ballot for them, so that could be a next one to tick off. Then we're looking at, you know, the possibility of it could go to an F1 race, you know, 2025. Then we're looking at the Champions League final, 2026. Not Champions League final, the World Cup in 2026. And then we're looking at, and I also mentioned the Super Bowl, you know, into New Orleans. So I'll tick off going to New Orleans, going to the Super Bowl, and going to an NFL game. Tick off all three. Why not? But if you guys want, do you know what? If I do end up completing any of these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys along with me. I'm going to vlog it, and then we're going to tick it off as we go, and hopefully and then that could become sort of a series kind of thing. I know I'm reaching here a little bit to carry on with the content and just have little side quests going on essentially, but I think it would be a great idea to carry on. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe to the channel, leave notifications on so you're notified of every post. Comment down below if there's anything you want me to do, whether that be for the bucket list idea or in videos in general. Just let me know down below. Subscribe, like the video, comment down below what you'd like me to do. Turn notifications on so you're notified of every video. And with that, I will see you guys next week for another video. Goodbye.